Hello there and welcome back to the Mission Boards channel. Today I want to take you on a little journey that I'm on to try and fix drill press problems. In woodworking, typically we're using drill presses that really were made to drill metal more than wood. And so the drill presses have a fixed head on a column, usually a pipe, and then it has a table, and it's the table that moves up and down and adjust the difference in space between your bit and the item that you're drilling. And that can be useful to have the table move up and down, but what I always thought should be the case is, especially for woodworking applications, is to have the drill head move up and down on a fixed table, so the opposite of way most drill presses are. And I know there are a few commercially available things like that out there. Grizzly makes one, but it's gigantic. The base is, I think, almost 4 feet long, and it weighs hundreds of pounds, and it's just too big for what I need. So today I'm going to try to fix this problem by making a table and then using something like this. This is a magnetic drill. It has a magnetic base, and when you turn it on and hit the button, it electrifies the base, turns it into a magnet, and it is magnetically stuck then to the other metal that it sits on. So these are used primarily for drilling holes in metal, but I thought maybe I could take this mag drill and turn it into a good woodworking drill, because what I like about it is that the head moves up and down instead of the table moving up and down. So we're going to give that a try today. My idea, of course, in woodworking is to have multiples, and what I would like to have, especially for the application with mission boards, is to have multiples of these, so I could just put one bit in it and leave it always in there. So if I have a countersink bit in this, it will always have, a 3/8 inch countersink bit in it. And I don't have to move it or change it, and nobody has to mess with it. And this is just a cheap mag drill. I believe it's Chinese made, but I got it off Amazon. It's made by Vever. There's all kind of mag drills out there. Some of them are very, very expensive. But it has a lot of range in the drill head, and that's what I like about it. It has a lot of ability to raise and lower this drill head. So I'm going to try to make a fixed bench and have this mounted above it so that the drill head moves up and down and the bench stays in place. And that's the goal of the day. We'll see how this works. If it works out good, I might buy another 1 or 2 of these, and then I'll have the multiple drills that I always wanted. And I'll show you what I have currently. I have this mag drill that we're going to experiment here and try to make it more of a fixed stationary drill. And I have a couple of other drill presses. I have a large drill press that I got from Harbor Freight. It's okay. I don't hate it. I don't love it either. It makes a lot of clunky noises, and I just think it's kind of low quality, but it has done the job for me so far. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, I have a little Ryobi drill stand that I got, I think, for $100 at one of their outlet stores. And it works well too. We use it to drill I use a Forstner bit in it, and we use it to drill the hole in our thumb hole boards. So I'll probably continue to use that, but I want to try this. I want to try this concept and see how well that works, and then we'll go from there, whether it should be expanded or, hey, maybe it's just another bad idea that I had. So, all right, thanks for joining, and we'll take you on this ride today. So here is the Ryobi drill press that I was telling you about. And like I said, I bought this for around $100. And what we use it for is to drill the hole in our thumb hole boards. And it's just a little baby drill press. It doesn't have enough power sometimes. But this is what we do with it, is just drill that one hole. And so I have it set up. There's a little table on it that has stops so that it's always drilled in the same spot. And I like that concept of having machines that are just for one thing. It keeps our product consistent, it keeps us from messing them up. So if I can find a way to make more capabilities with drill presses to do just one thing and they don't get changed, I think that's a big advantage. So this is one drill press, the Ryobi. And then here is the big Harbor Freight drill press. So if I get back far enough that you can see this thing. But it's the biggest drill press they make. Like I said, it has some capabilities, but it really sounds clunky when it runs. It just makes a lot of noise. Certainly it's not the finest machine drill press in the world. But I've done several things on it. I have a table on it. We use it to drill the holes in all the handles of pizza pills. And it's worked okay. But as you can see, it's the table that adjusts up and down. And that can be very difficult. If you move it, it can be very difficult to get it back in the exact same spot again. And so that's what I'm out to change and see if we can find a better way to do this. So here is the bench space that I'm going to use. And my plan is to continue the table height of this drill press the whole way across here, and then mount the mag drills above that and see if I can make this space useful. Of course, the mag drills have to be mounted on something that's metal, something that's strong enough to hold them, and has to be something that's can be magnetized. So I have a piece of 6-inch steel here that I'm going to use. And again, this is just experimental. I don't know if this is going to work out or if this is a long-term thing, but I'm going to give it a try. So we got some old dust collector parts. I used to have a table here, located right here, that had a router table and had a fixed bit in it for making recessed slots to hold pictures on the wall. And I don't use it much. I have it still somewhere nearby, but I can pull it out and use it when I need it, but it's just not something we ended up using very often. And so I'm going to disconnect the dust collection from here for right now. All right, so I've been working a little bit off camera. I don't want to bore you with every little detail of this. I think you don't want to watch me cut up 2x4s and screw a 2x4 frame together and cut up a sheet of melamine. So these are kind of routine things. But here's where I've made it so far. I have installed a 2x6 cleat on the wall. The top of it is 3 inches higher than what the deck is going to be. And so next I'm going to mount the piece of angle iron flush with the top of that. And then I've screwed together this wooden frame that will hold up the top of the platform. So I'm going to keep working on that, and I'll keep showing you how to do this, or how I do it. And we'll keep going until we get a finished product here and see how it works. I used the mag drill to drill these 6 holes in this piece of angle iron. This is pretty heavy angle iron. It's 3/8 inch thick and pretty weighty. But the mag drill worked really well to drill these holes. I had a little problem with it that I haven't resolved yet, and the problem was that the drill chuck keeps falling out of the bottom of the mag drill, and it drills down okay when there's pressure on it, but then when you're trying to back it out after you've completed boring the hole, the drill chuck wants to fall out, and I don't know why the little pins aren't holding it in there. But problem for another day. I got 6 holes in it, and I'm ready to install it. Just got to figure out how to prop it up and hold it here in place so I can fasten it. So I'm just going to use some deck screws to temporarily hold it here. And then I'll use the bigger lag screws to actually cinch it down tight. And I have a little end mark where I want it to end up on that end. I think I'm going to pre-drill the holes before I run these big lag screws in. As usual, I'm looking for a drill. So I've got a big lag screw on each end installed. I can take all this cribbing out right now. That seemed to go better than I thought it might. This thing's pretty heavy, and it would be difficult for me to hold it up with one hand and screw it with the other. So that's what I was trying to overcome. So I'm going to run some more big lag screws in there. You know, it never fails. I have screws and nuts and bolts everywhere, and I thought I had a whole box full of 4-inch, but all I have is 3-inch. So I'm going to use what I have for now, and I'll go ahead and install these 3-inch. But ultimately, especially in the middle where I'm hitting a stud, I would like to have a longer one. So I might even go buy some 5-inch ones sometime. That would help get more of the bolt back into the stud. So the thing that I'm going to do next is to mount the bench top, the top that's going to support the piece that we're drilling on here. And it's just going to be a nice rectangle piece. And I'm going to use white melamine. Typically what I would do is use like 1/4-inch Lawan or something on top of that in some places so I don't ruin the melamine by drilling into it. But next step, like I said, is going to be to mount the countertop on there, the bench top. Done some work again off camera, but I just wanted to get you up to speed. I'm kind of done with it for now, and I wanted to show you what it looks like. I like it well enough that I've just ordered one more mag drill to put on this station. So ultimately, I'll have 3 different drill presses on there. So let me show you what it looks like, and we'll talk from there. So this is what I've done. And I ended up making the countertop, the tabletop, at the same height as the adjoining workbench. And as you can see, I put the little Ryobi back in it just so I have a 3rd press for now. If I really love this, in a few months I could always get a bigger piece of angle iron, take the Ryobi out, and put additional mag drills on there. But for now I'm going to try it this way. So I put the Ryobi back in there, and I also then mounted the one mag drill that I have. And so it's up on that angle bracket. I made a piece right here, you can maybe see it, but I made a piece of melamine that notches around there. and this holds it in place. It's in place well, even when the magnet's not turned on. So technically I could use it without turning the magnet on, but it gets stiffer with the magnetic base on. And I put a little tie in the back here. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I put a tie just to hold the whole thing down so it doesn't tip out. Without the magnet on, it would tip out of there potentially. So I got it secured well, and I really like this because I can turn easily down to the table. If I want to install a scrap piece of wood down here to drill into, I can do that. The thing I like about the mag drill is that it's adjustable. I can adjust this head on these dovetailed ways, so I can get a lot of height adjustment, but I really don't need that much for what I do here. I just need to be able to have a big table and a head that goes up and down. And that's what's so difficult to do with a standard kind of drill press that has a little wee table and not much stability on the table side. And the only adjustment in the head is just by cranking that down. So that's what I've done. We'll use it a little bit. Like I said, I've ordered a second mag drill. It's going to sit right here, and then I'll complete the melamine around it as well to help hold it in place. And I've gained some additional storage underneath. I'm pretty happy about that. My workshop is no masterpiece of workshops. I am just a practical guy. I want a workshop that enables me to do things. It's not the cleanest workshop. It's probably not the most brilliantly laid out workshop. But over the years of doing this, I've developed what works for me with the space I have. And I see guys on YouTube that have basically workshops that are turned into stages where they can make these great videos, and they have these wonderful backdrops. Mine's just not like that. This is a real workshop. We really make stuff here. It's not just a production center for the few videos that I make every once in a while. So the workshop's sometimes dirty, never super clean, but it's a real workshop with all the tools laying around and the junk, and I clean it up on occasion. But I'm just trying to be real with you in these videos. This is what my workshop's like, and when I build something, I just need it to be practical to complete the task that I set out to do with it. And so I think that using these drill presses and trying the mag drills, we'll see how that goes. But I'm excited about this. I think it will enable me to have several little drill presses in this drill station. And in the end, I can put in jigs that'll be fixed in place, and it will just work better than having one big drill press and trying to do everything on it. So that's where we're at. Thanks for watching this video. If you find this interesting at all, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We'll keep making videos. Thanks for watching Mission Boards. We're ultimately all about trying to raise money to help poor indigent people in the country of Guatemala. So you're watching this and your support helps. Thanks again.